I'm Kathryn Franz, and I'm going to be reading Dr. Seuss's Sleep Book to Kelsey and Colin. Kelsey is 7 years old, and Colin is 9. Okay. This book is to be read in bed, which a couch is close enough to a bed sometimes. Okay. The news just came in from the county of Keck that a very small bug by the name of Van Vleck is yawning so wide you can look down to his neck. This may not seem very important, I know, but it is. So I'm bothering telling you so. That must be Van Vleck looking. It's hard to see his neck. A yawn is quite catching, you see, like a cough. It just takes one yawn to start some other yawns off. Now the news has come in that some friends of Van Vleck's are yawning so wide that you can look down their necks. At this moment right now, under 7 more noses, great yawns are in blossom. They're blooming like roses. So there's 7. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8. They hide. The yawn of that one little bug is still spreading. According to latest reports, it is heading across the wide fields through the sleepy night air, across the whole country, towards every which where. And people are gradually starting to say, I feel rather drowsy. I've had quite a day. Do you ever yawn like that? No, I do. I try not to. Creatures are starting to think about rest. 2 biffer-bomb birds are now building their nests. They'll do it each night, and quite often I wonder, how did this big job without making a blunder? But that is their problem, not yours, not mine. The point is, they're going to bed, and that's fine. Sleep thoughts are spreading throughout the whole land. The time for night brushing of teeth is at hand. Up at Herkheimer Falls, where the great river rushes and crashes down crags in great gargling gushes, the Herkheimer sisters are using their brushes. Those falls are just grand for toothbrushing beneath if you happen to be up that way with your teeth. You guys brush your teeth before you go to bed? Sometimes. The news just came in from the castle of Krupp that the lights are all out and the drawbridge is up. And the old drawbridge jar just said with a yawn, my drawbridge is drawn and it's going to stay drawn till the milkman delivers the milk about dawn. I'm going to bed now, so nobody better come round with a special delivery letter. That is a very tall house. I think I'd get scared being up that high. You're a lot braver than me. The number of sleepers is steadily growing. Bed is where more and more people are going. In Culpeper Springs, in the Stillwater's Hall, the Stillwater stilts are all stacked up on the wall. The Stillwater walkers have called it a day. They're all tuckered out and they're snoozing away. This is very big news. It's important to know, and that's why I'm bothering telling you so. That's fast math.
Yeah, they kind of while you were reading.
Oh. Yeah, they're all very sleepy. Well, sometimes you can count and that'll help you fall asleep. That's what I do sometimes. Way out in the west, in the town of Merced, the Hinklehorn Honking Club just went to bed. Every horn has been quietly hung on a hook from the night in its own private Hinklehorn nook. All this long, happy day they've been honkering about, and the Hinklehorn honkers have honked themselves out. They'll wake up quite fresh in the morning, and then they'll start writing Hinklehorn honking again. Oh, that must be each one of their names, whose horn it belongs to. Whoa. Everywhere creatures are falling asleep, the collapsible frame just collapsed in a heap. And by adding the frings to the others before, I'm able to give you the Who's Asleep score. Right now, 40,404 creatures are happily, deeply in slumber. I think you'll agree that's a whopping fine number. Yeah, that 40,000 be a lot to count. Okay, counting of sleepers. Just how do we do it? Really quite simple. There's nothing much to it. We find out how many, we learn the amount by an audio-teleo-talio count. On a mountain halfway between Reno and Rome, we have a machine in a plexiglass dome, which listens and looks into everyone's home, and whenever it sees a new sleeper go flop, it jiggles and lets a new biggle ball drop. Our chap counts these balls as they plug in a cup, and that's how we know who is down and who is up. Let's see how much he's counting there. Each line of those is 5. Yeah! You're much better at math than I am. Have you do my taxes? Do you talk in your sleep? It's a wonderful sport, and I have some news of this sport to report. The world champion sleep talkers, Joe and Mo Redzaw, have just gone to sleep, and they're talking their heads off. For 55 years now, each chattering brother has babbled and gabbled all night to the other. They've talked about laws, and they've talked about gauze. They've talked about paws, and they've talked about flaws. They've talked quite a lot about old Santa Claus. And the reason I'm telling you this is because you should take up this sport. It's just fine for the job. You guys want to talk in your sleep? Yeah, that might be kind of scary.
What if I do it then? I always yell at dogs.
I want to sing in my sleep. I think that would be cooler. Yeah, there we go. You can sing One Direction. Do you walk in your sleep? I just had a report of some interesting news of this popular sport. Near Finnegan's Bend, there's a sleepwalking group which not only walks, but it walks a hoop. Every night they go miles. While they walk to such lengths, they have to keep eating to keep up their strength. So every so often one puts down his hoop, stops hooping, and does some quick snooping for soup. That's why they are known as the Hoop Soup Snoop Group. Those look like those hula hoops that you were doing. I've never done it with a stick. I guess it would be safer though if you're hitting at a stick so it goes away from you. I don't know if you could eat soup though while you're doing it. It's hard to eat soup and do a hula hoop. Sleepwalking too are the curious crandles who sleepwalk on hills with assorted sized candles. The crandles walk nightly in slumbering peace in spite of slight burns from the hot dripping grease. The crandles were candles because they walk far, and if they wake up, want to see where they are. I don't recommend walking around with a lit candle on your head. Sounds kind of dangerous. Maybe a flashlight. That might be safer.
Sounds 43 of them.
Now the news has arrived from the Valley of Vale that a Chippendale muff has just bitten his tail, which he does every night before shutting his eyes. Such nipping sounds silly, but really is wise. He has no alarm clock, so this is the way. He makes sure that he'll wake up at the right time of day. His tail is so long he won't feel any pain, so the nip makes the trip and gets up to his brain. In exactly 8 hours, the Chippendale muff will at last feel the bite and yell, "Ouch!" and wake up. So he bites his tail and then must travel all. That would hurt. Yeah. And Mr. and Mrs. J. Carmichael Crocs have just gone to bed near the town of Fort Knox. And then they, by the way, have the finest of clocks. Not at all sure that I quite understand just how the thing works with that one extra hand. Oh, because there's 3. But I do know this clock does one very slick trick. It doesn't tick-tock. How it goes is tick-tick. So it ticks in its talker and talks in its ticker. It saves lots of time, and the sleepers sleep quicker. Yeah, you're right. I just can't. The
Those are
numbers
not
are all.
cheap.
Those numbers are backwards too.
What do you
To
want?
make the time go faster? I don't know if that would work on a real clock though. What a fine night for sleeping. From all that I hear, it's the best night for sleeping in many a year. There's even a sleep in the Zweiback Motel, and people don't usually sleep there too well. Beds are like rocks, and everyone knows the sheets are too short. They won't cover your toes. So if people are actually sleeping in there, it's a great night for sleeping. It must be the air. Would you guys be comfortable sleeping in there?
But that would be heavy fun if I had one of those.
Yeah.
I have one of
I'd like one of those too. It's a great night for snores. I just had a report of some boys who are tops in this musical sport. The snortiest snores in all our fair land are Snorter McPhail and his Snore Band. This band can snore Dixie and Old Swanee River so loud it would make 40 elephants shiver. The loudest of all of the boys in McPhail, he snores with his head in a 30-gallon pail. That must be him. So they snore in a cave 20 miles out of town. If they snored closer in, they would snore the town down.
And the Jeep Catherine.
Yeah. Oh, that would be a very loud snoring. If you guys have ever heard anybody snore, but it can get very loud. I can hear it. Oh, yeah.
Me and my brother would come here
That's how you know when people are asleep, though. When you hear them snore.
They look like monkeys.
Do you know who's asleep out in Una Laguna? Two very nice Una Laguna Bambuna. Oh, you're right, because baboons are monkeys. We've added them into our Who's Asleep count, which has grown to a really amazing amount. Exactly 8,808 creatures are sleeping now. Isn't that great? 8 million, that's a lot.
I would like super fast to start.
That looks like there's about 1,000 right there. Jed is in bed, and the bed of a Jed is the softest of beds in the world. His bed is made from pom-poms. He grows on his head, and he's sleeping right now on the softest of fluff, completely exhausted from growing the stuff.
So pom-poms are?
Sometimes they use them at football games, and they shake them in the air.
Well, yeah. I'll show you guys sometime. I
I
think.
used to have one. They kind of look like news has come in town from the district of Doft that two ofts are asleep and they're sleeping aloft. And how are they able to sleep off the ground? I'll tell you. I weighed one last week and I found out that an oft is so light he weighs minus 1 pound. Wow. I wish I weighed minus 1 pound.
I wish
Give
it
you
were.
whatever I want. But then you would fly and somebody would have to catch you. It would be like a kite.
I can fly!
You don't want to fly into a tree, that would hurt.
Yeah.
Okay. This must be the moose. It's asleep.
And that must be a goose.
Yep. And they're both
No,
asleep.
moose juice. Goose juice.
Yeah.
Moose and goose. They rhyme.
Yep.
And
The
juice,
goose is
juice,
dreaming
yeah.
of the goose dreams, and the moose is dreaming of the moose juice. And that's well and good when a moose dreams of moose juice, and nothing goes wrong when a goose dreams of goose juice. Does that mean we dream of people juice?
Or apple juice.
But it isn't too good when a moose and a goose start dreaming they're drinking the other one's juice. Moose juice, not goose juice, is juice for a moose, and goose juice, not moose juice, is juice for a goose. So when a goose gets a mouthful of juices of mooses, and a moose get a mouthful of juices of gooses, they always fall out of their beds screaming. So I'm warning you now. Never dream. But I don't think I'd want to try moose juice. That'd be kind of gross.
No. Because if I have too much
juice.
Because if I have too much apple juice, I get red dots on my back.
Yeah, that's another reason not to drink while you're sleeping.
It's a river. Or is that too?
Oh, I think it is. Let's see. Speaking of dreaming, I think you should note that the Bumble Tub Club is now dreaming afloat. A Every night they go dreaming down Bumble Tub Creek, except for one night every third or fourth week, when they stop for repairs because their Bumble Tub leak. But tonight they're afloat, full of dreams, full of bliss, and that's why I'm bothering telling you this.
Like Slinky.
They sleep in all their little pets and
Yeah,
you're gonna have to show me. There's too many for me to count.
1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 18, 20.
That's some good math teachers.
My teacher's not always.
At the fork of a road, supposed to be the fork, in the Vale of Vavode, 5-foot weary salesmen have laid down their load. All day they race round in the heat at top speed, unsuccessfully trying to sell Lizard Zoop seeds, which nobody wants because nobody needs. Tomorrow will come, they'll go back to their chore. They'll start on the road, scissor zooping once more. But tonight they've forgotten their feet are sore. And that's why the wonderful nighttime is for.
There's 7 battles, 5 of them guys, and then 5 of these. So
Yep.
like 10.
And they're all resting their feet because they're
20
so tired from
things.
walking.
40, counting the one.
Let's see how much time there's. Everywhere creatures have shut off their voices. They've all gone to bed, and their bed is their choices. Which bed would you guys want to sleep in? I think maybe that one. But you might fall off.
I think that one. That one. I would like to sleep in the mouth.
They're sleeping in bushes. They're sleeping in crannies. Some on their stomachs, and some on their fannies. They're peacefully sleeping in comfortable holes. Some even on soft-tutted barbershop poles. The number of sleepers is now past millions. The number of sleepers is now in the billions. These billions would be like this much.
Because if you were sleeping up here in your little bush where that one would fall, but I would just sleep in numbers.
Yeah, you probably, that one's bigger, so you wouldn't.
Or that.
Oh, you might get trapped in that one, though.
Oh no. That's good tiny.
They're sleeping, well, you can sleep on steps, and on strings, and on floors, and mailboxes, ships, and the keyholes of doors. Every worm on a fish hook is safe for the night. Every fish in the sea is too sleepy to fight. Every whale in the ocean has turned off its spout. Every light between here and Barpoodle is out. And now adding things up, we are way beyond billions. Our who's asleep score is now up to the billion.
There's 40 people, a spider, a brush, a drink, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yep, so when you have a hard time sleeping,
14, 15,
you can
16,
count
17,
sleepy
18.
fishes in your head and it'll help get you to sleep.
I would like to write it over.
Oh, this is a lot now. Now we're getting up to 99 billion, 9 trillion and 2. Creatures are sleeping. How about you? Yeah, that's a lot of creatures. But they all have their eyes closed. Oh, now they're all gone. When you put out your light, then the number will be 99 billion, 9 trillion, and 3. It must be dark, and that's